came home to get my side-by-side to go set tonight, and I was like, well, I have my one set here behind the house. I just set it, really didn't think to have very much, and I'll be darned. Another fox back here. This one's quite a bit smaller, but a fox just the same. What's up, little guy? Maybe a little female. That's good. Caught a male here just a few days. I guess it's probably been more like a week ago now. But we're gonna get this one dispatched, pull it out, and tonight I'm gonna make as soon as I get off, I'll probably put in half a dozen sets or so. Then I'll have to come back home and make this one. I'll have all my stuff with me. I still got my hammer and my drill over at Dad's, but we're gonna get her set. We got moisture coming in this weekend, so I'm gonna try to do something to cover them up. I think a lot of it's gonna be freezing rain and snow. I'm thinking about taking some feed sacks, cutting them in half, lay them over my sets, something of the nature, just to hopefully get them held. But anyway, got one. Just a little guy, but no more chickens for you, buddy. All right, old crewman and I just getting out here on the line. A little bit. Got a nice coon. This was a compass set. I didn't show my sets the other day. I was kind of in a hurry, but got a nice trail coming down Old Barn coming up. And then that compass set I'll show you here in a second on the remake. Wasn't expecting to catch a coon. I thought this would be a good one to do a coyote. I'd seen John Heights do this one a little bit, so that's I gave it a try, and well, worked on a coon anyway, but I was kind of hoping for a dog. So this is the third trap we've checked. So looked like some ran last night, and I told my buddies, I said, I'm probably gonna have about 3 possums and 2 coons and maybe 1 good critter. So we're gonna get this one taken care of and keep running. All right, crew's gonna attempt to run this. All this is
a compass set. There's another person in here.
I'm not sure what's going on.
No, there's another person in here.
She's got a pretty level right there. Trying to get it as level as I can with the ground. And like I said, that was the first one of these
It's
I'd ever...
off.
Oh, it's still recorded. It was the first one I'd ever set.
Okay.
So it worked, I guess. Caught one. Not a target, but caught a critter. More coons fighting.
Dad is a bit farther. That.
Alright, then we, just kind of blend it in a little bit. Oh, I need my rod.
There are some more raccoons fighting.
They're just over there in that barn. Okay, and all we're doing here is hitting 4 corners.
That might get them to come out of it. Yeah, because there's raccoons all over there.
Yeah, I figured somebody else had already caught them out of here. I'd seen where somebody else had been in here trapping. Of course, he's got it tore up. It looked better yesterday. Alrighty. Got our 4 corners here. It's not perfect. Trap centered. I'm going to put a different lure in each one of these.
That's all.
Just a little pea. And I think last time I hit it with everything. I may even put a cat in there. Forgot my good gloves today. Well, that's a lie. They were still soaked. Just very little. Got a little western on that one. And that's all it is. And evidently it works, so thank you, John. All right, turn it. Finally, hooked up on a cat. Not a real big one. Nice deep catch. It's been a pretty rough week for me. Well, I don't know, this is day 3, I think. This is just a nice little young cat, maybe a little female. Oh, still jumping. We got a handful of sets on here, good deep catch on him. The rest of the time just been catching some trash. We got some bad weather coming in, so I'm covering my sets up. I'll show you here in just a second. Well, I'll show you on one of the other ones. This one I'm just gonna leave unset, and then I'll remake them here in a day or two and see what can happen. But man, feels good, finally. I was expecting to have, I don't know, at least 3 or 4 by now, but we got one. Like I said, we got several sets left on this farm, so we'll see if we got another one. Yeah, good deep catch. I always catch in here, but this is a little one here, so there should be something quite a bit bigger running around, I think. All right, got one. Give $1, Eason. Oh, dang. Quit fighting it so much. I don't want him to tear it up. Alrighty, got one on a cable restraint here. As long as he don't get out, he's going nuts. Nice coyote. You better settle down, dude. All right, don't get him too riled up. He's fighting her bad. But yeah, big old coyote. Got a little bit of rub on his back, but he is a big one. Just a cable restraint right here on this nice trail. So since he's fighting her so bad, it doesn't look chewed up, but I'm gonna go ahead and start getting him out then, and we'll just move it right down the path here, right in these briars. Got one. Finally. We hadn't had any of our footholds messed with, but did end up getting a pretty nice dog here. So we got a lot of sets on here, so we'll see if we got anything else. All right, got us another decent dog here. Another cable restraint. They are effective on these trails. I'd like to hook up on a couple more of them on a foothold. You can see these old viney areas and these trails running through here. Just catching them, working the edges. I did see the track from a dog over there. I was hoping we'd hook up to him, but I actually thought it split off, so this may be a different one. But this same farm, the day before yesterday, I caught a really nice big coyote. This one isn't quite as big, but still a decent dog, and another one gone. But yeah, I'd rather catch them in a foothold, but cable restraints, I mean, they are just so deadly. They work so good. Of course, I don't have my 22. I got my catch pole. I'm gonna try to choke him out, and yep, I'll set another one. I've not really been showing these remakes. It's like negative degrees right now, so the less time I can spend out here, the better. So we got a warm front coming in. I really think some critters will get to moving. The problem is this farm was really good to me in the years past, but the big field over here that's always briars, they brush hogged it, which I understand, you know, they got to get more ground for their cows, but it sure hurts the predators when you don't have as much food there for them. But we still got a handful of sets. We're just getting started on this one, and we got another really good farm to go to, and hopefully had a few more critters moving, but they just haven't been doing much in this extremely cold weather. I thought it would be better than it is, but that coyote track I cut earlier was the first one I've seen today in our little bit of snow we got here. But we're gonna get this one dispatched and keep running. Alrighty. The funny thing is, this set was strictly pretty well supposed to be for a bobcat. Hey, settle down, dude. But that's all right. On the old Duke 550, good deep catch. Really don't have to shoot it so fast and get my pole on this one, but oh yeah, nice catch. As long as it don't bend. I've had some of my my little splices I put in there, my little S hooks and stuff. They're kind of, oh geez. I'm guessing a little female, but yeah, we got us another one. I've seen 2 tracks today, and I caught a coyote at each one. So I guess that's good. Hey, and I said I wanted to get one in the foothold, and here we go, got one. I guess I will go ahead and show this remake, but you can see in here, I mean, it's just briars and nasty. I was really surprised. It's funny because at the gate I seen a coyote track coming in here, and I surely thought there was no way it was going to be on this one. And who knows, it could be a completely different dog, but evidently the coyotes are moving a little bit, and this is the first set on this farm, so I've got another maybe half a dozen, so hopefully we hook up on a cat, but I've still yet to see a cat track today. But we will take the coyotes. We want to get them out just the same. So we're gonna get her dispatched and keep going. They all got good furs. That male I caught the other day was awesome. It just, you know, stinks when nothing's worth anything. But do need to get them out. So I'm gonna get this one out and try getting a remake done. Okay, hopefully it's propped up. This is where we caught the coyote. There again, like I was saying, just nasty. Got a little draw that feeds down, some cedars. We're not very far off the road. This comes into a huge cedar patch, an old house place over here. I've caught a lot of bobcats in this set, but that was my first coyote. One nice thing about everything being froze is your holes and everything stay the same. Nothing moves. Yeah, I think that'll still work, especially for a cat, what it was intended for originally. I did use some antifreeze on the bottom of this, and somehow it must have worked. Or not somehow, I mean that was the intention. Although I did have some dry dirt here too. So yeah, there you can see some of the dry dirt coming in. But yeah, this is one where I've always just left my anchor in, because this is, like I said, caught lots of cats out of this set. I've been a little slower on cats this year, but I haven't really got going. This was the first real good run I've done for a few days, and I'll hit up with what, 1 or 2 small cats and a couple coyotes, I think 4 dogs anyway, so it's been okay. They really haven't ran as much as I thought they would in this really cold weather. I was like, well, they'll have to, but they must be holding out. So this week may get really good. Come on, bed down in there. Well, even shined up my old chain a little bit there, didn't he? There's some old barn dirt I went and got. Oh, I wish that son of a gun would stay down. Nice thing is these little buggers ain't too bad to bed. Usually. Well, looks like we're pretty good. I wish that was. I may have to bend my pan up. Dog might have been working it over pretty good. You always want to make sure you got some gap in your pan. Yeah, she's down a little bit, and I bet it'll still fire just fine. I got some of them MB 650s, and I really had to bend the pan up on them. I couldn't get them dang things to fire at all. I'd used the plastic covers the other day. What I found was, because I had gotten some moisture and some cold and stuff, but my traps were still firing, but them plastic deals weren't giving. I was getting there and my trap was only closing about halfway. I had it happen 2 times, so going back to the old wax paper. You know, I guess the old, if it's working, don't change, or if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But alrighty. And there again, old bread and butter. I have changed up and got a few different sets I'm trying this year that have, well, I tried that compass set, and I did catch a coon in it, but I've yet to catch a coyote or a cat. But we'll see. I'm back a little bit farther than what I'd want to, so I might go ahead and bring this around to help just fence just a little bit. Hopefully keep from knocking any extra dirt in there. Really bring it around. I said I was surprised when I came around that corner, there's a stinking coyote in there. the side there. Nasty. I thought it'd stick to the top there, and it did. Let's see here. Some fresh cat pee from one this year. When we get closer to breeding season, if you catch any cats, save your pee out of it. That is, I would say, some of the best stuff you could get. I mean, there's a lot out there that works well that you could buy, but that old actual cat pee's hard to beat. I have to change up my running this week. We're starting work earlier, so I'm gonna have to either run in the afternoons or super early. I just hate this time of year running that early because I feel like a lot of your critters aren't moving until a little bit later in the day. Okay, that's it. If I can get some feathers out of the pheasant. There's still a lot of feathers around, but and if you've watched anything, I know you've seen this one here because I've caught on it so many times. But of course, kick some on it. I'm just gonna make this real nice for him to come down here and step. I don't know, I might ought to, since my trap's over a little bit, I could go ahead and really fence him in there. That way, hopefully, when that old cat comes in, he steps right here. I would venture to bet we'll get to see this remake catch. Shoot, I guess we're gonna fence. We're gonna really do it. Really bring that son of a gun in here. It's gonna warm up in a couple days, so it ought to get good. That or really ought to draw in a nice possum. This set did have a possum the other day too. Your old cat sets always double as possum sets. And coon. Not get any feathers out of this thing. She's been worked over pretty hard. I can't believe how good them came out. I would hang a wing here, but since I did catch a coyote, I don't think I'm going to. Although I did catch a coyote the other day, even having one hanging, so I don't know that it matters. I've always heard that, but I don't know. And that was a female here, and they're fixing to come into breeding. So now one thing, it was more of just a traditional flat set. I didn't have all this on the back of it like I do now. And I don't know if that is why, since I got so much more back there, if it would be more set up for a cat or not. Oh, problem when you're doing it yourself on the GoPro, but anyway, yeah. I could tuck them feathers in a little deeper, which I guess I will, but not sure that is necessary. But I'd like to think if an old cat comes through, we'd have a solid chance at him. But I've not cut a cat track today. I mean, it is cold, but I still figured there'd have been a few moving around. But the only thing I've seen is coyotes. I did have one over there kind of step around a set, and that was the only other trap that I've had messed with. Everything else that's came through, like I caught that dog on the cable restraint, and then caught this one on a foothold. Every other set, nothing has been touched. I mean, we've been that cold, so I would venture to bet things are fixing to get good. Hopefully. But all right, that's all it is. Get out there and start.